how about this? These shots are just into us here at Sky Sports News. This plane landing into Manchester in the last hour or so has Benjamin Sesko on board. Remember, Manchester United have agreed a deal in principle with RB Leipzig to sign the forward. He's set to put pen to paper on a 5-year deal. It breaks down to an initial £66.3 million and £7.37 million in performance-related add-ons. He's expected to have a medical in the next 24 to 48 hours. Sesko
much to get through. So many deals in the offing. Done deals today as well. Michael Bridge, let's start with what has been a long-running saga, but it is close to coming to an end. Where do things stand with Manchester United and their pursuit of Benjamin Sesko tonight?
Well, good evening, Damish. They're very close indeed. We know there's been a medical today, and all being well for Manchester United, will be presented to his new supporters at Old Trafford tomorrow as Manchester United face Fiorentina. Now, big day for Manchester United, not just because they've got a very, very good player in the door, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe opening the doors for a new Carrington, a new training centre. Sir Jim Ratcliffe saying it wasn't up to scratch before. So a big day for Manchester United. And a reminder as well, it's a lot of money, but they agreed to deal with Leipzig worth an initial £66.3 million, £7.37 million in performance-related add-ons. So it's a big, big move for him. Ruben Amorim said time after time after time last season, they need a bit more on their forward line, and that forward line is going to look very different next season.
You mentioned very different. Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo, and imminently Benjamin Sesko. They've gone for it, haven't they? They've spent big in this window, haven't they?
They have. And look, it's unheard of to think of Manchester United not in Europe. But maybe just 1 year for a reset. We know Ruben Amorim said constantly, time after, even when he was at Sporting, he likes to join clubs in pre-season. He doesn't like joining mid-season. And he said it when in his press conferences here. They were very close to winning the Europa League. It was a very poor league position, but they have this reset now, and it's a very formidable front three. Matheus Cunha's been there for some time. Bryan Mbeumo's been done for a while. He was on that tour of the United States, and now Benjamin Sesko. So it's a new-look United. They've spent big money, and they're going for it.
You say they're going for it. I mean, Benjamin Sesko, for one, made it very, very clear that it was Manchester United, and that's all he wanted. Now, that's impressed United, hasn't it?
Yeah, because we talk about players wanting to play in Europe and Champions Leagues. Man United had none of that to offer. But you do wonder, he's 22 years of age. We might be sitting here in 12 months' time talking about Manchester United being back in the Champions League. We don't know. I think it's a thank you to Sir Alex Ferguson, really. I mean, it's Manchester United. It's a historical football club. It's still one of the biggest clubs in world football. And there's that excitement there from Sesko, and I'm sure that's it. You know, Newcastle couldn't have done any more. And I think we've got to say that for Newcastle. They put in big money, big wages, but ultimately he wants to play for Man United.
Look, Sesko's imminent arrival is going to have repercussions elsewhere in that squad because it's going to throw further doubt on Rasmus Højlund's future, Michael. Clearly his game time is going to be impacted by Sesko's arrival. Look, RB Leipzig did want to bring in Rasmus Højlund on loan, but he's been very bullish, publicly at least, about wanting to fight for his place in the Manchester United first team. However, it is now thought that bids of around £40 million would be considered by Manchester United for Rasmus Højlund. Now, interestingly, he wasn't one of those 5 players that we were talking about throughout this transfer window that Manchester United were willing to listen to offers for. Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Tyrell Malacia, Antony and Alejandro Garnacho. Let's talk about